Hey, welcome back. Welcome back, my fellow. There is. How you guys doing? Hey, it's nice to see you. All right. Hey, I'm doing fine as always. I wanted to come on today and talk about awakening. I think as everyone is sitting around back home, they're starting to really come to themselves and see things that they might not have seen before because they got some time to just chill out, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show that's going on. It might be new for many when you start to awaken. For me, when I started to awaken, you know what? I mean, let me just even start like, what is it like to even be awake? Because we kind of are already awake, right? I mean, you wake up from your sleep at night or in the daytime if you're an owl. But you already have a cycle of when you're awake and when you're sleeping. So what does it really even mean to be awake? And generally, it's to not fall prey to patterns that don't belong to experiences that you have in your daily life. Uh, to be awake is to have a separate experience, but one that you are. Wait a minute. If that was that, then hold on. Oh, it's to have experiences separate from other people, but that belong to you solely. That you understand that belongs to you. It's awakening from a pattern that was set in establishing a reality that it was connected with everybody else, but ignored your own personal experience about something. Um, like going to work, like everyone's got a 9 to 5. It's like the conversation isn't about what you might have done differently in this when you woke up this morning. It's like, how are you doing? Oh, I'm doing fine. Like, a casual answer that has no differentiation between like what might have went on in your life. Not even anything that was going on in your head. You couldn't share it because it's not the same as someone else's morning drive, uh, morning experience going to work. They're 9 to 5. So it's just basically being able to awakening is being able to maintain an experience that belongs to you, solely you. Something that you shared yesterday, last week, last month, last year, last 5 years ago it's out of the loop. It's not consistent. It's not something that you can expect. Much like life, life is not something that you can expect to a degree. There's certain things you can set if you're consistent in your own body, your own reality, your own experiences, following up with things that you have stated that you're going to do. There's consistency there, but any kind of decision you make can set you apart from where you're standing to where you might be tomorrow. So in a nutshell, that's what awakening is being able to realize that life has that it has its way of turning right, and then you're just in a completely different dimension, experience, reality. You meet a completely different set of people, environment, culture, societies, right? But it's all yours. It's all yours because you can't find yourself in places that you don't belong or that you haven't felt truly in your heart to have wanted. The things that come to you are things that are the way they say now, because this is where it's getting around, that are on your frequency, that's on your vibration, that's on your energy level. Things that are of the same wavelength, they match. Only thing that differentiates between those wavelengths and those patterns there are the experiences behind them, are the people behind them. So yeah, awakening is starting to be a grand concept for many. How do you know when you start to awaken? Now, I will personally say exercise. Exercise is one of the first ways, because what you're doing is bringing yourself an experience, a personal experience. It has its own pains, it has its own hardships, it's got its own milestones that you can attest to, right? So when you take that concept of exercise and waking and you bring it to a lifestyle that's outside of exercise, like take the gym and put it out there in the real world where there are other people interacting, and it's not just dumbbells and barbells, but it's words, it's conversation, it's energy, it's mind, it's kinetics, it's a lot of concepts interacting here and there and everywhere all at the same time. Technology. Imagine being an awakened person with that many concepts flying around. Can you even imagine the concepts? Can you even imagine just the speed of what is going on around you? How much your brain isn't processing, well, how much you are not consciously processing versus what is subconsciously being processed by you that you're reacting to day in and day out. A lot of awakening is basically catching up to that process. It's catching up to that entire process, slowly and slowly, bit by bit. Awakening is catching up to that process of learning how to interact with all of the concepts in your daily world, one by one. There's a heavy temptation to chase every single sigil, every single idea, image, thought that comes to you when you're awakening. There's a heavy temptation to do so because you really want to, especially when you're coming from a place of not having been awakened or being asleep. Especially if you come from a place from being asleep, your mind wasn't processing as much as it used to before, but now it is. It's starting to realize that, hey, when I move this bottle from left to the right, it's not just the bottle moving from left to the right, but my arm is actually involved in this thing. And the thought of me wanting to move the bottle is also incorporated into that thought. So it's maintaining, keeping track of, and letting go of, almost at the same time, all of these concepts, but walking with it, being friends with it, communicating with it, feeling it, understanding it. And to understand something is to process. You never think that you understand something and I got it. Don't try it. Like I explained before, to be awake and to not sleep is to have millions and billions of concepts flying past you every single day. And it's you slowly, very, very slowly coming to understand what those concepts are that are even interacting with you. To be awake and to awaken it's scary when you're alone, because a lot of people don't know how to share their experiences because they're starting to learn concepts. And when you start to learn new things, new concepts, new ideas, you have to form new words to reproduce that reality to someone else, to communicate it. And that's really hard when you're just starting out. It's almost like you're walking all over again. That's what awakening is. It's like learning how to walk every single day. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? So are you awakening? Are you coming to find that things aren't what they seem, or if things are exactly what they seem? Are you coming to find that you don't exactly fit? That all the concepts and all the pieces and things that you once knew are starting to separate and come back together in a much different way than you thought? Are things making more sense than they used to? Are things making less sense than they used to? Are you validating yourself and your experiences a whole lot more than everyone else is validating your experiences? Or is it the other way around? Go ahead and give, you can throw your comments, your likes, and a subscription down there into the comment section below. You can share your experiences, share your thoughts. I've been at this for quite a while. I mean, for me, I feel like my younger self as a kid, I had already seen so much of this coming, and I didn't really have the time to like just take it to myself and really start to process stuff, because I wanted to share. I know I wanted to share this stuff. I just never had the space and the time. That's all I ever really want to do, man. Because I know it's hard. I know it's a lot of information coming at you daily, and I honestly just want to be there for it all. I want to be there for all the experiences. I want to help people sift through their ideas, just sift through their concepts, sift through their realities, and filter things out and really start to see where things make sense and see where things don't make sense. I want to be able to tie emotions and the mind and the body together, and like help people really just level it all out, because it's possible, guys. It's possible. It's real. Life is happening. It's happening right now. This pandemic isn't happening for no reason at all. I would even say I saw this coming from a million miles away. I don't think it's a coincidence that my life is where it is right now. It's almost like I'm unfazed by this entire thing. I know I got my own slot in life, so I'm just trying to fit in it. I'll catch you guys later. Thank you for coming through, as always.